Right, welcome back to Family Farm. My go at get this right. It's Riverview version 2 pre-release. That's it. That was a pre-release version of Riverview. By the time it says it may well, it should be out, but I make this 2 weeks in advance. I also know got courseplay on here. It's just to prove it. This is the first developing copy was being released, so anything could happen. I won't be using it on this anyway. Right, we're going to put barley in here, and after the splash screens and what have you from PCSG, we will get started. Right, there we go. We're getting on with the work now. We'll get this done. We'll get them all seeded. I did think about putting the stuff in before I got everything seeded, or fertilised before I got everything seeded, but I don't think that's really going to be worthwhile. Switch everything on, drop it down, and away we go. Quite bumpy, these fields, but it's not really surprising, is it? They're all muck. Few words, I've been about again, as I always do. Spend a little bit of time in the town, and several people are saying that there won't be a road come through here. It's a little bit of a... We'll tell you the worst what can happen, then you're going to be happy when something less bad happens. And that could well be right. So what the favourite thing they're talking about now is there won't be a road drive through here, but go the right way. But there may well be a developer about who is trying to buy up land. Now, that will of course seem good after the being afraid that we're going to lose a lot of our farmland. It will be the lesser of two evils. Oh, and by the way, I am putting some barley in here. I'm going to put barley in here and wheat in those two. I was going to put barley in that one all, but because I've still got soy in there, which seems to be taking forever to decide to show its head. Using our simple form of GPS, this works rather well. It just worked on a compass attached to the steer, and it's something that can be fitted on every vehicle easily. Don't need actual satellite global positioning on here. It was just free as well because I couldn't afford to do it. Let's check it's dropped in time. Yep. I'm going to get I think we only need one outline, then we'll go for it. All the fields look quite good at the moment. Well, they should do, they're all just muck at the moment. But we get this one done and we're more than halfway through, because the two oat fields are the biggest fields on the farm, I would say. Are we there? Are we there? We're there now anyway. Do one more down there. I'm just doing this so I've got plenty of room to turn. There's nothing worse than finding yourself nowhere to turn to. I could start singing now. There's a song with those words in, an old ballad. But I respect you all too much to upset you by singing. I'm going to put another headland in this side though. I might have to at the ends, both ends. I think I'm going to have to put another headland in. There isn't a lot of turning space here. Yeah, so talking to some of the farmers, especially those who have fields near the town, there has been a few approach us to sell land, or whether they'd be willing to. No direct as yet, just sort of general approach. So, oh, of course, this is the up and down where we should be. What am I talking about? I don't need to put headlands in here. No, we should have enough room now to get straight on with it. I have, as you know, played with the idea of cutting these trees down, but don't really fancy it somehow. It's not my favourite occupation, cutting trees about, but if the worst comes to worst, we will do. Could be somewhere getting some money because we can sell the logs off to the sawmill. If I can find a sawmill. It's a little bit out of the way. It's not one of the easiest places to find. It's straight over that way ahead of us, slightly to the right of where we are. Sort of behind those trees there, in the hills behind there. There's a lot of forest area around here, and quite a few men make a living by cutting the trees down. They get a license and go ahead with their trucks and their chainsaws. Only small scale, but there's some large scale forestry done, but not on those hills. It is too steep. Most of the modern equipment to work in. You won't see any sort of Scorpion Kings or anything working up there. I would hope not. You'd never get the blasted thing down again. Or it'd come down a bit too quick. Well, we're working away for my money as well. We need a good return in this first year. I know prices depressed, and I was rather shocked to see how little the brewery was paying for barley. I hope the price goes up before this comes right, because I'm aiming to make good malting barley here. Small amounts of nitrogen, just enough to keep it growing, but not too much. One of the reasons you don't get so good a yield from malting barley is you put a lot less fertiliser on the land. You're trying to get the nitrogen out of the grain. It doesn't want it. Well, the grain wants it, but the brewery and the malt house and the brewery certainly don't want the nitrogen. The lower the nitrogen, the higher the price. But it's a bit of a game, really. What I understand about it is low nitrogen, thin grain, and it doesn't yield anywhere near as well. But you need low nitrogen to make good beer. Apparently, cheap lagers can be made out of almost anything, but the premium bitters certainly need very good, very low nitrogen, or protein. Some parts of the world call it protein. Britain, we still work on the P system, going what I've been told by those who grow up full time. P system stands for Proctor, which is the name of the first really major malting barley in Britain, specialist malting barley. And it goes from P1 to P8, and the lower the number, the lower the nitrogen. Oh, this is quite a relaxing job, especially since we've got this GPS fitted. Hey, it's cheap too. It just works off a compass. You connect it into the steering. It's fitted in on a belt system, and it just turns the wheel as you the point's just gone slightly awry. It's not, you can't sort of program it. You have to line it up first, but once you're lined up, and the way I got this very cheap system set up, that only works on north, south, east, west, or the diagonals that between them. That's about it. Anything else, forget it. As you see, we're aiming for 90, and we're go between 89.9 and 90.1. So it's holding it nice and steady. Certainly saving me a lot of seed now. I can imagine trying to do this by hand. You'd have to overlap quite a bit to make certain you got it all. Here we don't have to. We can line up roughly where we think we should be. Yes, that's it. Hit the wrong key. I switched the seeder off rather than lowering it. And the birds are coming in. They're trying to get the freshly sown barley. I have to fill up this grind soon. I can't remember if I've got any left on the farm, or so I've got to come get some more. Certainly before we do the rest up, we're going to have to refill. If I was using the proper GPS system, I'd be doing every second or third row just to speed things up a bit, but with this system you cannot do that. Well, you can, but so I've got to judge by eye the gap you need, instead of letting the computerized components work it out for you. Get the barley and wheat halves, and we will be getting some chickens. Just so we got some livestock back on the farm. Doesn't seem a farm to me without livestock. This was always a mixed farm, though in later time Dad had turned mainly arable, but so I heard that rattling at the back there. There we go, we're away again. We're over halfway now. I think if we haven't got any seed here, I will do the fertilising. I think this and the 2 oat fields can be fertilised again. Depends on how much we've got in of what fertiliser, of course. As I said, my money is beginning to go now, so we've got to be a little bit careful with what we spend. I've got nothing else left from the farm I can nicely sell, or even unnicely sell. Is there such a word? Go away, birds. I need a scarecrow. I remember watching a few years ago an old comedy series, One Foot in the Grave, and they got the main character of the family, they got him to wear a white coat and walk about in a field. Didn't tell him that was to scare the birds. What they told him was the farmer had lost a ring in the field. He'd done it for several days before he twigged. Perhaps I can con someone like that. I'm actually learning more what's going on in the town. It's quite a lively town, actually. They've got a little theatre. They've got a pub, which is almost a must. And I think we might, when we're done these fields here, once we've got these on, we're near enough done for quite a while. I might do a little bit of contracting, but I think I shall spend a few nights exploring the town fully. Well, the town is actually a village, but might go into the main nearest town for some entertainment. I could do as a housekeeper. That's a fact. I find it hard to keep keeping up with the housework and the house and doing the farm, and this is going to be not that long a day, but reasonably long. I'll be working till about 6-7 o'clock tonight, I should imagine. Not that I'm keeping you lot here all that time. Well, it is now a race to get this stuff in the ground. We do want to get the seed in, and then the sooner we get the seed in, hopefully the sooner we can harvest, and then the sooner we can sell it and get some money. I do like this seed. Although I had thought about, there is I forget what make it is now, but there is a small seeder which are direct drill, and that may be helpful too, especially on times we don't have to actually till the ground first. And look, this soil may not be necessary every time. It doesn't look that heavy. Certainly not looking forward to plowing any of it anyway. Again, the only problem with that direct drill is a very long implement for its width. We could actually do a 6-metre seeder, to be honest. We can't afford one. There's so many things on my shopping list. A better combine. It's one thing on the list. Firstly, there's one thing: without a BGA in the area, I haven't got to worry about making tons of silage. Until we get some cattle, I won't want any silage. Then I think we can probably get enough to just to do the outside the fields. Need a baler, then I'll. Oh, we ain't timed this one very well. We're overlapping by a good half. Oh well, can't get it right every time. That's some more seed wasted. Yeah, I think we get this in, then I'll go and hunt for some seed. I might have to go down to the shop and get another load. Just get rid of the stoppers and boom. Actually, I needn't put this headland in there neither. I haven't used it at all. Take it right back now. Now let's bring it in and round. Four-wheel steering on here is excellent, except it's devils. I find being used to just front-wheel steer. It's a devil's own job to get it exactly where I want it. It turns too damn quick. I'm eating all my profits there. Clear off. Perhaps I should bring Boris down here and put his kennel down here and see if he can scare them all. Oh, we have another little trick. Oh, we just got a hold of a test piece of kit which will actually make automatic driving a possibility. Now, that will be fun. Have tractors not running with no one in them. Well, at the same time, having to get a field hand, a worker. I think this is just about the maximum size I can do on my own, though. It's not, if you could spread the work out over the year, it's not a lot of work. But the problem is because all the work comes in short bursts, like now, trying to get the field prepped and then seeded. And we've got a long period was doing, really sitting on our hands. Then we have a rush to get the harvest in. Another period sitting on our hands was we went for the price to get to what we want to sell it for. Oh, I think that might be a bit over there. Just take that off again. That's a bit better. Let's level it up a bit better. Didn't like the way the wheel was gone right over. Oh, we've done it again. Oh, we've still got it in the wrong place. What was I saying about not wasting so much seed? Office note, I realise you don't overseed in the game, but you would in real life. Just bring a bit of reality into it. Back to the chat. I'm not certain how our stuff is wearing the tractors about halfway to wanting a service. We'll soon have to get down and do that. At least we can do it ourselves. There's one good point, and the cedar we'll see one down. That's almost half worn. I haven't really done a lot of work with it, have we? I think by the time we've done these seeds, it will be in real need of being overhauled. Well, that could be part of my job. Once we've got this lot done, is to look after the equipment. I bet I need parts, and that's going to cost me money. You always need parts. That's what I said about the four-wheel. It goes quicker than I anticipate. I think one more pass should just about do it. So look, yeah, we should about get it on that one pass. I think we'll try and do that last one freehand. Yes, I'm a fool. I can't farm, I can't drive, but I'm going to attempt it. We should be there now. That's the little boys. Always seem to say it. No, always the little boys. Are we there? A lot of very young girls would say the same. But I know my young daughter used to, when I was allowed to see her, you'd be going somewhere and all you'd hear is, "Are we there yet?" And I bet all the parents have heard that. Normally about about 5 minutes after you left the house on the last journey. It gets a little bit samey after that. Every few minutes I'll be there yet. Well, that's another one done. Alright, let's go and see if we can see if we've got any more seed here. If not, we'll have to take a trip down to the shop. In fact, I think I'm going to take that off all-wheel steer. If we're going at speed, it's a danger. All-wheel steer, you just turn too quickly. You need slower turning. It is a lovely farm. I think my forebears did a good job on this place. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, lime. Any over here is that? Oh, look at all this running about I'm doing. That's the lime there. I don't think I left any. Oh, winds are blowing a bit too. Yeah, look, the trees are moving in it. Yes, there's a. Well, we're going to be in for a storm. Right. That's fairly settled. We've got no seed on the place. So there's none left in here. I can't remember leaving anywhere, but that's stuff to go by. I could drop the seed itself off and just take the seed tank. No, come on, keep it all on. I can then take it up to the next field. We want wheat next. I think we do the 2 wheat. We do the canola last because it's the least of our crops. Well, that could be the most expensive one. I think I probably will finish seeding tomorrow. I think it'll be almost seeding today. $4 I should catch him as he's just made himself a cup of drink. He might offer me one in the store. Then again, he may not. I'm not that good a customer yet. God, the field there looks fairly advanced. Conditions in this valley are such that you seem to be able to plant and harvest all year round. No real season. But then again, with changing climate, that may well change. No seed here. What we got in there? Oh, let's see what they got. I'll stop the engine, put the brake on, and walk over and see what it can do for me. Got these, but I have to lift these in, and I can't really do that. I hadn't brought a lifter with me, so we just have to take straightforward seed. Supposedly, we buy one for now, I think. Can't really, well, I could take that one and leave it down here, but I don't really want to leave it here. I can't take it back with me. I was right, he was just drinking a cup of coffee, didn't I just imagined he didn't offer me one. God, I need to wash this. It looks abysmal. Pour it in. Should almost fill us, but not quite. I'll better switch that over now to the weight setting. Wait, there we are. Alright, I think we've done a good day's work here together, folks. I will fertilise the ones that have been done off screen. And when we come back, we'll be seeding the wheat fields. Let's see if we can get both of those done in the next episode. They're quite small, but actually, if I do them side to no, I can't because there's trees in the way. I think if I do them side to side, I could do them all in one go. I better get back and see how Boris is getting on anyway. He hope he wants some food again. And that dog does nothing but eat. He's eating me out of house and home at the moment. Alright, so with that, I want to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, go on, treat yourself. Yeah. Yeah, for a special price, you too can become a part of this madhouse that I call it my team. Actually, it's so cheap that I'll pay you to join. No, I won't. No. Forget I said that. I will not be paying you to join. Oh yes, any comments, questions, queries before I get myself in deep stuck? Feel free to post them in the comments section under this video. I read everyone. I acknowledge everyone. I try and reply to everyone. If you're good enough to send me a little note, I will definitely attempt to answer. I think it's only right. Alright, this is where I'm going to leave the tractor here, and I'll walk back to the farmhouse. I'll walk back and get the other tractor out, ready to do that. Oh, run back. I tell you what, this has made me fit. Fit for what I don't know. Certainly not for purpose. Nice stand of trees there. One or two straight ones we could come out. I don't think I will. Too much hard work. I really want to get some cattle in. When we're done this, I will go and get a load of seed and fertilise it and bring back here. So if I took that seed, no, I need to get them back here because I can then lift them all on and use the bigger bags, the cheaper ones. What's in here anyway? Oh, it's fertiliser. Alright, so with that, it's me saying that. Cheerio for now. Cheerio.